In the U.S., a 71-year-old man from Illinois has been charged with hate crimes for stabbing a 6-year-old Muslim boy to death and wounding his mother. Officials in the Plainfield Township said the attacker targeted them for their religion and as a response to the war between Israel and Hamas. The sheriff said the boy was stabbed 26 times with a military-style knife with an 18-centimeter serrated blade. The 32-year-old woman had multiple stab wounds but is expected to survive. U.S. President Joe Biden called the act horrific and called on all Americans to stay vigilant against hate. Violence against both Muslim and Jewish people have flared up globally since the Israel-Palestine conflict re-entered headlines last week. Last week, an Israeli TV reporter said she'd been told Hamas fighters had decapitated babies on a kibbutz near Gaza. U.S. President Joe Biden claimed to have seen pictures, but the Israeli military said it had no evidence of such a crime, and Hamas described it as completely fabricated. But multiple media outlets published extensive articles on this unverified incident. CNN said it could not independently verify that report, but it still quoted remarks on it by Netanyahu's spokesman. For a closer look at this quickly developing story, I'm joined now by Helin Sari Ertem, who is an associate professor of international relations at Istanbul Medeniyet University. Ma'am, since the outbreak of the conflict, social media has been flooded with fake news and misinformation. What is your take on this, Professor?
Well, especially since the Trump era, we've been talking about the post-truth atmosphere all around the world. So post-truth means actually it doesn't matter anymore what truth is or what the reality is. In fact, many of the countries, many of different opinions, they have their own truths. And we've witnessed the similar stuff regarding the Palestinian-Israeli conflict nowadays. There's a lot of misinformation and disinformation going on in between the countries, and unfortunately, as you have already said, this caused a very sad incident in the United States. It is, in fact, I think one of the basic reasons of hate crimes, and if the media is not aware of this very significant issue, the significance of real information, let's say, there will be many more incidents like that, I guess.
Professor, concerns about a wider regional conflict are mounting of Israel's immediate neighbors. It is only at peace with Jordan and Egypt and is officially in a state of war with Lebanon and Syria. What are the chances of the conflict spreading?
Well, there is a significant chance, I guess. So all the parties, including the regional governments, the global powers, they all have to be very careful about what they say and what they do. For that reason, I think, as we witnessed in the past couple of times, huge regional wars between Arab countries and Israel, there's no reason that we cannot witness another one. For that reason, I guess Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Jordan, Lebanon, Syria, especially those countries surrounding Israel, they have to be very clear about what they want. Of course, there will be really tough times. There will be lots of civilian losses. For that reason, I guess everybody should act in a very reasonable, very rational way. Otherwise, there will be an escalation of all these clashes all around the region.